Gold is pumping right now. If anyone's in these buys, some decent profit. It's basically filled the whole range to the left-hand side. Let's go and do some top-down analysis of gold. So we have basically just filled most of the wick at the moment. Have a look at the monthly. The monthly closed above the wick with lots of volume. Previous weekly candle before that, as you can also see, it traded within the range. Bottom wick on this current monthly candle, and we broke the high, and we've continued to since the 30th of December, since that weekly candle started, and we've been pushing up ever since. This current weekly candle is actually pushing up with no bottom wick right now. So yeah, I believe that this was, the NFP move up on Friday. We had a big move up and then a big move down, which basically mirrored the whole move up. Let me delete this zone. On a 4-hour time frame, we have closed above most recent resistance, which was at 28.73 on gold. And we are pushing up with this previous 3-4 hour time frames, the current one. So trading gold, I would recommend to decrease your risk today. Sometimes the market does move very volatile when it's at all-time highs. The current hourly is pushed up with little to no bottom wick, and the previous hourlies closed a doji at resistance. So let's see what we can get by potentially like 8:30, because the move's sort of already happened. We've been printing a decent consolidation down in the Asian session, and we broke out literally as soon as the daily candle opened. We printed a bottom wick, broke out of the range with, what was that? That's like a huge move. What was that? It's about a 78 pip move. Wow. And we've moved. So gold's been doing an absolute madness in the Asian sector. It's through experience. When gold rallies or it moves down with a huge move in the Asian session, I usually tend to stay away from the London session, because it does usually consolidate, or it's just so choppy, grabbing liquidity on either side of the consolidation range. If it usually does, because at this moment you can't trade this. It's very difficult to trade this because we've already moved up so much from the most recent resistance. It's already moved about at least 4 too big for me. Analysis. So we're basically, this hourly can close above the wick to fill until 28.86. It's at 28.84 at the moment, so it's about another 26 pips within that range of the to fill. But yeah, price has been printing some really good. Go ahead, was printed here, here, and also here. So this structure is going to be a lot easier to break than something like this to the left-hand side, where you've just got clean candles, because there's no price action forming supports in this area. It's just, huge move up, huge move down. So yeah, I was actually so close to getting a buy limit entry on NFP. I had a buy limit at, where was my buy limit at? It was literally about 28.52 27, I think it was. It missed. Yeah, I mean, I just love to see it playing out, even if I'm not in the trade. It is what it is. I caught this sell from here, 28.70. Demand zone, which was below the previous daily candle. And there was one just previous daily candles open. I didn't take any entries there because I was obviously in sales. But I marked it up for the people in my group that I've got coming on. I've got a Discord coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, at the moment, let's go and see if there's any news today. Let's have a look if there's any news going on today. So let's go Forex Factory. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's have a look at the news for this whole week. Okay, so we've got no red folders today. We've got a JPY bank holiday tomorrow. We've got Bailey speaking tomorrow. Okay, so nothing really going on until Wednesday. We've got really, really big news coming out on Wednesday, which is CPI, 130 for the US dollar. They're looking at less numbers. They're looking at the core CPI to be higher and the CPI to be lower on month-to-month basis, and the year-to-year to be printing very similar to the previous. Let's have a look. We got a GDP coming out for the pound in the London session, which won't really affect gold. We've got PPI on Thursday, and then we've got retail sales on Friday. So really, the high volume days are going to be CPI. Going to be CPI, and then of course PPI, and then retail sales. If anyone has any questions on it, let me know. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. Resistance. Look at where the hourly is. It's lower. Okay, so we've got this level of support right here. Meaning that we've just printed bearish and a bullish candle, forming support. Yeah, price looks pretty strong for the buys today on gold. I mean, if we can get a decent pullback, we'll be looking for some sort of buys. But right now, with price closing above the hourly resistance, we're basically closing right at this resistance level on a 15-minute. So, and price has already moved so much. So I'd rather see some sort of pullback before executing any long positions. on gold. Take a look here. It's a really, really good play. Really good play, because at that point you've got all time frame screaming buys. I'm gonna get a bottom. Look. Yeah, for me, I'm on gold. This zone right. Let me have a look at where this is. Okay, a decent bottom wick down, close to the open price. Below this support, looks like that candle's high. Yeah, so this is what I'd be looking at right here. Zone, and it continuing to make all-time highs. So yeah, that looks like the best zone for me personally. Just go ahead and mark that out. This zone right here, which I basically missed by the pip because I wanted a better entry. Yeah, it will take some time. I think this is obviously going to be some sort of news. 28.20, which is actually about 600 pips away from where price is. But with the way that gold has been moving, I mean, anything. If we can sweep the previous all-time high and then potentially reject, and then would be this demand zone right here. But the problem for me is that the zone was created in an Asian session. Okay, it does line up. Does line up with the, be looking at for buys. Be looking at potential play right here. Let me see if I can refine the zone on a 15-minute time. Okay. What's happening at this zone? I mean, this is a very, very strong level of resistance. We're in this rejection area where price really going to be a lot of people, you know, getting trapped in this area, taking buys, thinking that price is going to just, you know, continue to to push up. But once price tracement, especially when it's moved up 70 pips with one candle. I mean, Trump being in office is just absolutely insane for all the traders right now, because the volume he was bringing to the market in 2020 with his like little tweets was just insane. Like 60 pip, 5-minute candles. I mean, who's going to say no to that? Who's going to say no to a 60 pip, 5-minute candle? I'll happily take profits in 5 minutes and call it a day after waiting around for a couple of hours to for the setup to show its hand. Keeping my eye out for would be this. This was printed in the Asia range. So yeah, I usually prefer to take it from a more higher volume time frame. New York session, not always, not every session, but most of the time, there's a higher probability that you're going to get more volume in the New York session than you are in other sessions. But with that higher volatility, it's different, more harder to trade. The next one's wick down, broke the high. It's a lovely impulse entry right there to continue up to retest the highs. And yeah, 2-hour time frame with printing bullish, 1 hour time frame. It's got no bottom wick. And the 30-minute time frame has closed above most recent resistance. So yeah, like I said, if we can get a decent pullback and a support formed, then I would like to take a buy. But for now, I think the most highest probability zone is either going to be down at this level right here at 28.63, 28.20 for me. If we can get down there, I mean, the previous weekly candles are printing about, it's about 260 pips. We should expect a little bit more volume. Whoever's in buys right now, or like from the Asian session, whoever's still holding these buys is printing right now. But yeah, if by like 3 pips, which is crazy because in January, I caught the bottom of the NFP candle and I would have done it again. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get a decent entry at CPI. And trade it all-time highs, because I am assuming that this week I am looking for gold to continue its price up and it continue moving up because of the geopolitical tensions, as they will always override any monetary policies or economic data or anything news related. I mean, in terms of the economy for the US dollar, geopolitical tensions will always override it. Yeah, go ahead and like the stream. I will be going live every London session, trading gold. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you want to send your analysis through, go ahead and do that as well. Or if you've got any trade breakdowns, if anyone's in these gold buys, let me know. basically got every single candle printing bullish. We've got the previous hourly, which actually closed doji. So we'll just go ahead and change that. Go ahead and change that to doji. So yeah, so we've basically got gold. We've got the weekly, daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, and 30-minute all closed. See, it's important with trading. You know, sometimes you could sit here for an hour or 2 hours and you don't get no setup, or you're waiting for a particular setup and price goes without you. It's very important to post and not to get excited and just jump in a trade, because that was something I used to do when I used to see price moving. I'd want to get in and then it'd do a complete U-turn and go to where my actual entry point was, and then I'll end up taking an unnecessary L. So it's important to just, you know, sit on your hands, and it's easier said than done, but it's important to sit on your hands and to just let the trade go, because there will be another trade, whether it's today or whether that's tomorrow. There will be another trade. There will be you will get another setup. So it's not the end of the world, or it's not a threat to your success by missing that trade. If anyone has any questions with your current. Wow, 70 pips. Mad. She's flying, boys and girls. She's absolutely flying. That's a 1 5-minute candle as well. Wow. Insane. Insane. No pullbacks. It's always the way, isn't it? It's always the way. But yeah, the first closed above, but I mean, also didn't even print a decent bottom wick tapping the previous zone. That's what I would have wanted to see. If I'm going to take a buy, I want sort of retest on the smaller time frames at that level where you've closed above, you know, so that whatever it is, if that's a ceiling, for example, and then, you know, it's turned into a floor, so that price is maintaining above that level, and then you can get the confirmation to continue up. But if there's no retest, or there's no, you know, sign of price maintaining above that level, it's very, very, like, the probability isn't as high, even though it's played out today over a series of 100, 200, 300 trades. It more than likely won't play out, especially after moving 70 pips in a pre-session as well, pre-market session. Insane. If anyone's in buys, feel free to share your trades. Wow. Oh my gosh. That whole 5 minute candle, that was 66 pips. Looks like it might even just do a U-turn. Insane. Whoever's in buys right now, panicking. Panicking. Yeah. It looks like it might do a U-turn here. The 30 minutes going to close in 6 minutes. The hourly is also going to close in 6 minutes. So let's see. The 2 hourly is going to close in an hour. And we've got the 4 hour closing in 3 hours. This 4 hour close was a very, very good indication that price had a higher probability of continuing to push up based off of the close. It closed within the wick, that huge rejection wick, which is something I like to see above a level of resistance. And move down after the NFP move up. So yeah, let's just see how this 30 closes. Because price could close quite strong on the 30. There's still 5 minutes left. A lot can change in 5 minutes. Five minutes close bearish. Let's see if this candle can fill the wick. If this candle does fill the wick and close bearish, you know, anywhere close to where the previous 5 minute candle wick down to, or at least an exhaustion candle with a huge wick to the upside, like the previous daily candle. Similar. Bruh. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining the live, everyone. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. If anyone has any questions about trading, anything trading related, if anyone trades gold, hit the like button. Looking for some solid setups. And if there's no solid setups, there's no trades. It's nothing. You know, we don't come to the market to force anything. If the setup shows its hand, then we'll take it. If it doesn't, then it is what it is. Move on to the next day, or potentially if you're available to the next session, if that's within your trading plan. But yeah, one thing that's important: make sure you have strategy which has edge in the market, which over a series of trades you've back tested it. I use a back testing software called Soft 4FX. It is a little bit outdated. It uses MT4 It's quite an old software. I believe I bought it in about 2020 for about $100, I think it was. But yeah, it is a really good software. I believe there is some newer softwares available, that offer services with MT5. Or I think that, yeah, so yeah, you can check that out. But yeah, I recommend that software for back testing. Okay, so we've got about 19 seconds until the 30-minute and the hourly candle close. And let's see how this candle closes. Remember, it's always more important how the candle closes. Very important. It is a lot bigger than the body. So we go ahead and measure it. The hourly has closed strong time frame. And on the 15-minute time frame, it's painting a different picture. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. I would be happy if you teach me how to trade. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I have got a Discord coming soon. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Once the Discord is up and running, it'll be a free Discord. I'll just be there providing value, showing my analysis, sharing my analysis, and yeah, we could be bouncing ideas off of each other. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really important as a trader to have a community of like-minded people who want to achieve success within trading. I feel like that will make the journey a lot easier to get to the destination of wherever you want to get to within your journey. But yeah, there will be a lot of ups and downs that a trader will go through throughout the journey. So yeah, I mean, it's very important when you're having not necessarily the best of days. You may have gone on tilt. You may have took a series of losses, or you may be in a losing streak. It's always important to have a team around you to know that to bounce ideas off, or to actually it's always important to go over your losing trades, because that's where the lessons are going to be. Go over the losses and see what you can learn from them. If that's potentially how you could have lost less, or how you could have cut the trade, because it's very important to if you're in doubt, just close the trade. If you're in a buy and price is not showing a higher probability for price to move up, it's always good to just cut the trade right there and then, or at least take 50% off the table, so that you can reduce any anxiety that the trade's given you, if that's the case. Or you can always just get back into the trade. So I mean, that's very important as well. If you're in a trade and you're in doubt, cut it. There will always. Yeah, I mean, price is it's moved up. The 83 level, I will be looking at price to continue up, which that should be the bottom wick on this current hourly candle, which would be disrespecting the previous two 15-minute candles and the previous 30 low, which there is a gap there. There is a huge impact there. So let's see if price can respect it, or it can disrespect it. Let's see. Appreciate everyone showing up to the live. I do go live every London session, so go ahead and follow. If you enjoy the content, let me know if you think that there's anything you'd like me to include that that I'm not at the moment, or any topics of discussion? I sent this buy through to the group on Friday, and NFP came down with huge amounts of volume, literally tapped it to the T, missed my limit. My limit was like sort of in the middle of the zone. It literally tapped the zone and done complete U-turn. Was this move? How big was this move? Insane. So okay, 340 pips. It's very similar to the move that I caught the sell at 2,700. It was literally like right at the tip, which was about 28.69. I caught the trade from about 28 right here at about 28.35. Sweaty below the highs and lows of market structure, which that could be, the previous weekly high or previous weekly low, previous daily high or previous week daily low, and so on and so forth. So yeah, price ended up tapping me. I got a wick entry, a really, really good entry, 27 pip stop or something like that, 26 pips. And yeah, price ended up moving. If I would have this was the main target, and if price, the next morning I woke up and it literally reacted to the Xauusd down. I caught these sells down for about 70p. I closed the majority of it at 60, and then some at about 30. And yeah, price ended up coming again to stop me out at break even. I think it was about 10% left of the position anyway. But yeah, and then price reacted to the zone again. And then, of course, gave the move down into this level of demand. And then price, disrespected the zone after tapping. We've basically got Frankfurt open. Right now, we've got a potential for some volume. But yeah, I mean, since there's been a really big move in the pre-session, the pre-market London session, I haven't got high hopes for London Open, if I'm completely honest. I haven't got high hopes for it simply because the moves already happened at that point. So we'll have to wait and see. Just like the current hourly is about to flip bullish. But yeah, still not really getting a pullback. I would like to see 5 minute looks like it's creating a good strong support wick. has broke its own high. Let's see if we can get the flip and the drive, or if price is just, yeah, if we can get a decent little pullback down to, you know, at least 50% of this move, at least at bare minimum. Buying these highs right now, for me, it's just very risky, especially running the day and the evening. Go over the session and look at the easiest trades and look at, you know, how you potentially could have been a part of those trades. And, you know, that's always keeping yourself fluid with the market, and, you know, establishing what times the market likes to move. If anyone has any questions, shoot me over a question. Let me know if you're in any trades on gold at the moment. Let me know if you're in any trades, or if you, yeah, we are coming into the second half of the 15-minute candle now. It's the second half of the 30-minute. So let's see if the move can get that move. Okay, so the 5 pips away could still just blow past that and continue up. Current 15 should continue moving up. Current 15's put up with no bottom wick, basically broken the high to potentially fill the previous candle's wick on the 30 and on the hourly. So that 28.89, we could, which is at 92, and then I think gold likes to move in increments of 5 or 10 when it is moving and creating new candles, new price action, because we've never printed price action at these levels on gold before. So if you've missed this move up, that's completely fine, because at some point price has created clean candles going up, and at some point price will come down and it will trade at this price again. And if you look to the left hand side, price has printed clean candles today, so we could potentially get the move down potentially, or the move back up again. So yeah, I mean, never like beat yourself up, not literally, but I mean mentally, or don't get yourself down when you miss the move, because you could always trade, you know, that move if there's probability and price has given a decent setup in the opposite direction because it would have printed clean candles to the left. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it is hard for a new trader to see price pushing, 300 pips, you know. So I'm gonna set my alert, and if price comes to my levels, then I will for a move up. If that's not the case, I will be looking for buys at 63 potential. Let's see. I will be monitoring. Let's see if price is gonna retrace. It has to at some point. It can't just continue to keep moving up like this. It's got to keep form some sort of support, form market structure, and just focusing on building those habits every day as a new or beginner or intermediate trader is going to be the most important thing for you, because focusing on the habits and not the PNL is where you're going to make a lot of progress. So that's me. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow for another London session live. And yeah, have a lovely day and stay safe. Don't over risk and don't over trade.